Hello Rajamouli garu, welcome to Galatta Plus, and it's a pleasure to finally be with you because I was completely transformed when I saw Iga.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, people are still making movies like this and thinking out of the box sci-fi like concepts, but rooting them in a very traditional Indian emotional masala style and so beautifully. First of all, thank you for being there and making these movies.
Thank you.
So we're going to ask some little one-off questions. If you had not been a filmmaker, what would you have been?
Very difficult to imagine myself in anything other than films.
Right.
If not films, maybe something to do with sports, something to do with travel, because those are the other two things that I like a lot.
Okay.
And reading, I don't know, maybe a library owner or something like that. No, I can't sit in one place for too long. Maybe something to do with sports and travel, probably.
Favorite film of all time?
Too many. Yeah.
One.
Ben-Hur,
Ben-Hur?
Ben-Hur,
Yeah.
Maya Bazar. So many come to my mind, but I would
Right.
say, yeah.
Right. What is the last film that you watched, Indian or otherwise, and said, man, I wish I had directed that?
Drishyam 1 and 2.
Right.
I really liked it. I was really blown away by the writing, especially. 1 itself was great. 2 was even more
Yeah.
thrilling. To see that kind of intelligence, emotion, and simplicity,
Yeah.
but capturing you all the way, it was great.
Yeah. If there is one other Indian film industry that you would want to make a film in, what would that be? Non-Telugu.
See, for me, my big mission is to, you call it mission or my want or my wish, whatever, is to take out that boundaries. Let's not call ourselves Telugu film
Right.
industry or Hindi film industry or
That's
something
what
like that.
that's what Tarak and Charan were also talking about.
My thing was like, here, Indian film industry making a film in Telugu language.
Yes.
Principally making in Telugu language,
Right.
principally making in a Hindi language. But essentially, we want to be in Indian film industry. More and more films should be coming out where Indian audiences across the country are enjoying the movie in the same way. That is what I want to say. So I don't want to categorize myself just as a Telugu filmmaker or a South filmmaker or something like that. I want to be an Indian filmmaker.
Right. Why do you think Pushpa did so well in Hindi?
Not just Pushpa, Sukumar has this penchant of taking you into a completely different world, transporting you into the world. That world might have some flaws, the characterizations or the story narration or something. If you have the critics, they will come with so many flaws for any film or for Pushpa also. But what they can't complain is about the authenticity of that world. Sukumar is a master at creating that world, and he really created that. That is one aspect. Second aspect is the characterization of the hero, the hard-hitting. If I have to put it very simply, just imagine yourself eating sweets for a month, and then you are given a kara or a mixture or something. You will lap it up. You will love it like anything. So for a long time, Hindi film industry has been giving you feel-good films, soft films, heart-touching films. Majority of the films are that way. And suddenly Pushparaj comes in with you that, where that very rooted, rural, hard to break fellow.
Right.
People just loved him.
Which is your favorite aspect of filmmaking? Is it the writing part? Is it the shooting part? Or is it the post-production part where you will have the most control over the output of the film?
For me, it is the imagination part of it as we
writing.
imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Writing. We call it writing, but actually it is
Yeah, the
imagining
creation.
the creation part of it
Yeah.
is the most joyful part of it, because I don't need to spend a rupee on it. It's my imagination going through. I don't need to worry about whether it is coming right or not, because in my mind it is always right.
Right.
So that's the most enjoyable part. Then comes the shooting part, where we have a lot of trouble in bringing that imagination to the screen and so many doubts whether I'm doing it right or not. and it becomes even more stressful when it comes to the post-production part, because by the time we have seen the film so many times, I lose the sense of judgment. I just need to follow the processes and believe in the process that everything is coming out right. So in the beginning, it is in my hand, so I'm more
That's
happy about it.
That's happy.
Then it's not in my hands, so
Right.
then I feel stressful about it.
What are your thoughts on film critics?
Film critics, for me, it is one more opinion. Giving it more or less weight is doesn't make any sense. It is like a filmmaker itself. Once you start making films, you will slowly start attracting a bunch of audiences who like your taste.
Right.
And eventually you start catering to their tastes, and they come and see your films, and people who don't like your films will stay away from it. In due course of time, you have your set of audiences and you're making the film for them. The critic is also the same way. You write a review of a film, there will be people who agree with you, there will be people who don't agree with you, and gradually you will have your own set of readers or viewers who like your sense of taste,
right.
and before they go to a film, they would like to
Right.
get your review, and based upon their past experiences of how your review is, they decide go to a film or not. It is as simple as that. I don't try to look into their their credentials as a
Right.
as a
Actually, there are
critic.
no credentials.
Yeah, there's no credentials actually. For me, see, if they like my film, so they fall into my audiences whom I'm catering my film for. If they don't like my film, they fall into the category of the audiences who don't like my film. Actually, I don't look at the reviews at all. I stopped looking at the reviews long back. But if something interesting comes my way, whether it's negative or positive, if it is written beautifully, then give a weight for it.
Who's your favorite non-Indian filmmaker?
Again, so many, but the first person that always comes to my mind is Mel Gibson. I have adored him like anything. I still adore him like anything. His sense of drama, his style of making stretching a dramatic movement to its full potential is what I like about him. I don't know how many times I saw his films, each segment. I don't know how many times.
You
I
have a
watched it.
favorite film?
Yeah,
Braveheart?
Braveheart, yes.
Yeah.
Braveheart.
I actually prefer Apocalypto. I just love that movie.
Yes. I mean, when I first saw it, the violence was a little bit too much for me to take, the middle part. But otherwise, Apocalypto is a terrific film.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it.
Would you ever make a sci-fi movie? Iga was technically
No.
there,
Iga
but
was not
it's
a sci-fi
yeah,
movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Iga, we can't call it a sci-fi movie. There might be one or two instances of
Yeah.
having. I don't know. I am not averse to the idea, but so far, the kind of storylines that crossed my mind or I discussed with my father, we never came across a movie that was a storyline that was science fiction oriented. Yeah, like I said, I'm not averse to the idea, but so far I didn't come across any ideas that are very compelling to me.
Finally, you identify as an atheist. Do you believe in destiny, or do you think that hard work is enough to make you succeed?
That's a difficult thing to say. Okay, maybe atheist is not the right word. I don't believe in God or religion the way it is portrayed now. But if you ask me, like, do you believe in God or do you believe God exists or don't exist, I will say I don't know. But I certainly don't believe the way the God is portrayed today. That I definitely don't believe in. The very deep knowledge thinkers who talk about the superpower that controls the whole universe, those kind of things I don't understand, just like I don't understand nuclear physics or
Sure.
the deep science I don't understand, but
Yeah.
it's not, I don't know about it. If I come to understand it, then I will say yes or no. When we call it destiny or luck, again I will say the same thing like the God. I don't know about it. For one thing, I am very sure that there is nothing in your hand that you can alter that, whether you have luck or ill luck or you're destined to a great thing or bad things. There is nothing you can do about it. So when there's nothing I can do about it, why do I worry about it? If there is something in my hand that I can do, that is my hard work,
Right.
my smart work, my thinking, my applying whatever logical mind that I have. So these are the things in my hand. So I believe in these things. The other two things, I don't care. I won't say whether believe or don't believe. It doesn't matter because I don't care about them.
Right.
This is the thing that I care about.
Wonderful. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.